Hello and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11, or on Twitter you can find me at Razzle11Grinds. We're going to be taking a look at today's pitching options, today being the 12th of April. Sorry. Um, Interesting split slate today. DraftKings has more games on the early slate than the main slate, but the best pitching options are on the main slate. I'm going to try to take a look at a couple pitchers on the early slate as well to give you an idea. But yeah, there's some great hitting weather on the early slate, so it's going to be a little more difficult to pinpoint pitching, and we might just have to go with guys and accept that everybody's going to give up runs today. The first guy I'm looking at is going to be Zach Wheeler. I think he's perfectly fine. I've let it be known my thoughts on the Phillies starting pitching this year, coming off of their deep run to the World Series, all the extra innings and all that stuff. I'm just not sure that they're as sharp as we would expect them to be, given the names, with Wheeler and Nola. But I do think that Wheeler's completely fine in this spot. Uh, I'm not making him a priority, but I have a feeling he's going to be one of my highest owned on the early slate based on our pitching options. And I think I'm going to go with Tyler McGill. I kind of cringe at the 9,200 price tag for DraftKings going against a difficult San Diego team, but he has looked solid. Faced the Marlins in back-to-back starts to begin the year, so that's not all that awesome. But I think he's firmly in play. New York weather is one that I have to dig in a little more. I'll give you a quick look at our weather station here. Based on our ratings wise, it's going to be one of the lower hitting environments. So I guess he is going to be somebody that we're going to have to consider quite a bit. So I think I'm going to end up um, solidly on McGill in this spot, but knowing that I'm going to have to stack some San Diego and some other lineups. Definitely a fade on Jansen Junk. I'm not sure why he's 9,100 coming up from AAA. Another name, two names I'm looking at here that I have to kind of consider would be Sonny Gray. Has looked great in his first two starts. First start, he only picked up one strikeout, but he bounced back with 13 of them last start. I'm not predicting 13 strikeouts today against the White Sox, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's one of the highest owned pitchers on this slate. And then we just talked about McGill, Blake Snell, volatile, but plenty of K upside. As you see, he went for 17.6 DK points in just four and a third. Somebody that I think has the upside to really win us the GPP early on. I don't feel great about it, but like I said, I don't feel great about a lot of pitching on this slate. Couple other names that I am going to fade is going to be the Stroman-Gilbert combination in Wrigley. High total, a lot of wind blowing out to center. I think Stroman is due to regress a little bit after his two hot starts. So I am going to go on the painful side and go with the fade. This one could hurt a lot, especially on a slate that has limited solid pitching options. But I'm going to roll with what I think is going to happen. Lucas Giolito is another one that I'm definitely fading. I've written about him numerous times the last couple of years. Since the crackdown on the spider tack and all the different substances, he's just been terrible. Started out rough against Houston, then kind of figured it out and finished up okay. Pittsburgh absolutely lit him up. The current Twins roster does not have great numbers against Giolito, but I am just banking on the fact that I just don't think he's all that good anymore. One other name that I'm considering is going to be Dre Jameson. Very talented guy moving into the starting rotation. I do worry about length. He did throw 66 pitches in his first outing, so maybe he can get us to 70, 75, but he's in consideration. I just need to do a little more digging. And I guess I should add Mackenzie Gore. I really love the Angels against left-handed pitching, but Gore has been looked really good through his first two starts. So he's somebody that we're going to want to have exposure to. Switching over to the main slate quick, giving you a few options. As you can see, we have some stronger pitching options at the top. Kevin Gausman's going to be, my top option probably. I know Manoah just struggled against these Tigers, but Gausman and Manoah are not the same. So don't fade Gausman just because you saw Manoah struggle against the Tigers. Uh, Kershaw gets to take on a Giant squad that's striking out nearly 40% of the time against left-handed pitching. It's going to be really hard to ignore that. And then it's almost impossible to ignore a guy like Spencer Strider. Uh, Obviously, elite K upside. Um, and I think it's a pretty good spot for him. So I wouldn't be shocked if Strider's the highest owned pitcher on DK for the slate. Um, I am going to end up fading Taj Bradley. Now, you're probably going to go like, wow, big call there, 4K guy who hasn't pitched yet, going to fade him. Well, he's an elite pitching prospect, but he's made two starts at AAA and has thrown just 7 innings, totaling just over 100 pitches. I just don't think he's stretched out enough, and I don't think we have to force in salary saving. Um, so I just don't think I want to go with it. He definitely could come out and be strong, but he might be strong in just 3 to 4 innings. We're not really sure. I think I'm going to end up fading Evaldi as well. I know there's a price gap between the top three guys and Evaldi, but I just don't see myself getting to this spot. He can be totally fine. Kansas City's not a difficult matchup. He's been solid in his first two starts to be in the year. I just think that I'm probably going to want to go up top or, you know, probably include a guy like Hunter Green for my GPP builds because of his K upside. Um, the more I look at it, the more I might end up on Evaldi, but it's kind of reluctantly. Definitely fading Chris Sale. I'm not sure why anybody would play him right now, other than the fact that, hoping for some big K upside, but I'm not picking on Tampa Bay right now. I'm not using Sale, who's been all over the place. It's just not for me in the spot. So there you have it. There's a look at some of the options for today's pitching. And if you could, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, I guess. It really helps us out here at DFS Army. Leave a comment below on, one of the under the radar pitchers that you're considering on today's slate. And as always, you can use promo code RAZ for 10% off of your monthly membership with us at DFS Army. And I'll throw some links down in the description below. Best of luck, everybody.